ground, the Swede builds a moon base on it. But at this point, Green has a brilliant and amazing plan that was just crazy enough to leave the rest of the competition behind. Transform the entire house array into a giant robot. He ended up not doing it, so rest assured there is still some chill left, just not that much. The main reason he decided against it is he didn't actually like the way it would look, based on the sketches he didn't create. I think it's best we trust his standards, as much as I would like to get a copyright strike for using the Power Rangers theme. What he did instead is pretty amazing too. A fire-breathing dragon built in an organic style guarding the skyscraper as if it was his personal hoard of houses. Hitting the finishing line, everybody involved went into complete overdrive. Especially Rainbow, who, seeing a dragon and what's later become of Scar's build, has hit warp 1 and zooped into sunrise.
Goodbye, Hermitville. Rainbow will smell you later, man.
Mambo 2 decided to opt out of the experience. He made a white flag rising through the space between the houses and going all the way up to the build limit. Sending really mixed messages here, but whatever. Scar's endgame was pretty clear and logical here. The beanstalk went into a storming cloud that had a castle with a giant living in it. All in accordance with the fairy tale, though I guess Brothers Grimm obviously left out a giant man-eating Venus flytrap out of their version. Instead of any random giant, however, Scar has put a bigger version of himself in charge of the perimeters, armed with a cannon to fend off house-holding dragons. They then fired it at Green, but the dragon deflected the blast into Mambo's white flag. Iskall went just as crazy for his grand finale. Revenge is the dish best cooked, and it's really cold in space. So why not put a giant penguin up there? Who doubts? I would be mad, but I'm gonna pretend this is a Starbound reference instead. Green, in the meantime, built more spruce houses. The dragon was already almost at the build height. It was either that or giving the dragon a beehive hairstyle or something. With nowhere else to grow, because none of them thought to use armor stands for building, the three met up at the rooftop to finally decide who is winning this thing. Then it turned out that Scar was still one block short.
How do you guys finish the build-up?
I don't know, but I know one person being on 256, which is build limit, Scar. Should have been more sportsmanlike, you told me.
On the ground, in a more civilized atmosphere, they chose to let a vote decide this. Each of them would rate the other two, then the sum would show the winner. And after reluctant compliments were exchanged, the points tallied up to 55 across the board. The three of them had exactly the same score, which was fine by them. And so, the Sahara Street build-off finished in a proper tie.
55, 50, we got exactly the same score.
Oh yeah, we all got 50.
Are you joking? Are you kidding? No, someone check the maths. I'm not confident enough with numbers to know.
Except for Mambo, who lost. Which is something I think all of us can agree on. Can we? Okay, so here's the thing. We already pulled that everyone's a winner stuff on the Civil War recap and on the Prank War retrospective. The three of them getting exactly the same amount of points on accident is a hilarious and a satisfying end to the story, but not a satisfying and hilarious end to this video. As a party and ruin it for everybody. First and foremost, we need to decide what are we even judging them for. If we take this as a race, then Mambo is the undisputable winner. Back when he launched his rocket, it easily reached the mark and even Green's tomfoolery didn't stop it. But that would mean that we don't get the most entertaining part of the competition at all. And also that with, say, Scar just built his antenna longer by 100 blocks, he would instantly win. That's just cheap. So let's give Mambo his gold star for trying and send him home. Next, you might define the challenge as the tallest house, and argue that Green wins because only his structure is entirely a house. Not a house on a beanstalk and not a camper one with a ton of exhaust supporting it. To which I say, you might as well then define Green's build as a collection of very small houses, just smooshed together, and that means he loses the worst. He still wins because of his Empire State building. Heck, you can even dismiss all three builds entirely and define a house as the usable, livable portion of the build, which, once again, puts Mambo as the winner because of his original plan. Then you can play the famous last name is house.